Well, as luck would have it, I need to get this car out of here because I need to bring something else in, unfortunately. So it's just sitting up on jack stands right now. So what I've gone and done is purchase these caster wheels here, and each wheel's good for 750 pounds. So they swivel, they got a brake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this plate down that I have here, make a base, and then I have this square tubing that I have lying around that's and I'll somehow attach that to the bottom of the car. I'll probably just weld it right to the frame rails or something. Alright, let's do this. When it turns blue on the other side, you know you've gotten good penetration. You can see that there. Nice weld. Oh, that's good and solid. Yeah. Put a close up in here. So you can see, welded that right to the frame. That's nice and solid. Well, I didn't really realize it until after, but these frame rails don't exactly sit square with the ground. So it's sitting on a bit of an angle. That shouldn't really be a problem. I don't have enough hardware to get them all mounted, but you kind of get the idea. This one's, it's a nice guy. It's got a brake and it'll, lock into position. So I'll be able to get that off the jacks. We can roll the car around, and then I gotta pull the engine out. But then once I do that, I'll put the front on some rollers as well, so I can move this thing around in here when I need it. All right, another job done. Yeah, keep hammering. We'll get it. away on this. And as you can see, I finally got that tail panel out. That was a lot of work. There's a lot of spot welds there. But I'm glad I'm doing it. Take a look down here in this trunk area. This is rotten. Very, very rotten. And if you get over in here, you can see where somebody along the life of this vehicle has patched this all up. And if you get down in here, let me just grab my light. Take a look at that mess. It is just a mess down in there. So, trunk pan's gonna come off. Whatever this piece is called right here, this back, I don't know what it is, connects the frame rails together. I think you're gonna buy one of those. I was gonna attempt to fix it, but I mean, everything's already out. I might as well just buy a new one, put it in. But you can see up inside this wheel well, or the quarter panel here. Now luckily, this is still in pretty good shape. There's there's some rust down the bottom areas here. That's not bad at all. I'm going to be able to clean that up, and I'll be able to reuse this again. It's starting to get a bit pitted here. I can clean that up real good and then seal it with some POR 15, some rust sealer. But yeah, that came out real nice. I took my time though, just went real slow. Didn't want to damage it. So more and more of this car is coming off. We gotta take all the rusty stuff off and start putting back the new stuff. So it was really bugging me not knowing the condition of these rear frame rails. So I came out here again tonight and I pulled the other side of the trunk pan off just so I can get a look down in there. Now it's pretty dark, so you're not going to see a whole lot. But I took a lot of pictures and it's not as bad as I thought. The very back section right here is bad. You can see it's been patched previously. So I think maybe the best thing for me to do at this point is to just get the frame rails that cut off somewhere up around in this area here. So it's not a complete frame rail, it's just a section for the back of the trunk. And that way there, I won't have to try and fool around tearing that other person's patch out and trying to fix that section back up in there. Now I even took it a little step further because I wanted to know what it looked like under this section over here. So what you can see I did is I cut some sections out of the floor pan here just so I could take a peek down in there, and you're not going to be able to see much with this camera, but I took a bunch of photos of it. And again, if I get in there with the sandblaster, I think I can get rid of the corrosion. Doesn't look like it'll blast any holes through it, but I guess I really won't know until I shove the sandblaster down into those holes and see what there is. I can see the part over here. You see the light poking through? That's where I did discover a hole in the frame rail. The good news is it's really just localized to that area. And over here on the other side, I did the exact same thing. There's no holes yet, but I haven't really got poking around in there in the same spot where there's a hole on the other side. But it's, you know, it's rusty. It looks like deep surface rust. At least that's what I'm hoping. So I'll get in there with a sandblaster, clean it all up, seal it with some rust sealant, and I'm feeling pretty good now that I won't need to replace the whole frame rails. That was really worrying me. So I think at worst, just the back sections here. I think that'd probably be the most effective thing to do instead of trying to patch that junk up again. And then hopefully, finally, once I get that done, I can get my trunk pan back on. Then I can put the tail panel back on, and I can finally get this quarter panel back on. Finally. I'll finish up this wheelhouse, and then this side will be done, and then I can finally move over to the other side, take that quarter panel off, and start working on that. Alright folks, that's it for now. So thanks for watching. See you next time.